It was a peaceful Monday morning at Sunnyside Cafe, the kind of small-town diner where folks knew each other's names, and the coffee pot never ran dry. The smell of pancakes and bacon filled the air, and the old jukebox softly played tunes from the 60s. The cafe had just opened for the day, and a few regulars were already sipping coffee in their favorite booths. Behind the counter, a young waiter named Eli wiped down menus and smiled at every guest who walked through the door. Eli was kind and soft-spoken, always ready with a fresh pot of coffee or a warm plate of eggs. Most customers adored him, but not everyone came in with good manners. At exactly 9:15 a.m., a tall man in a sharp suit strutted in. His shoes clicked loudly on the tiled floor. He wore expensive sunglasses inside and had a Bluetooth headset stuck in one ear. His name was Mr. Drake. Though nobody had asked, he made sure to tell people anyway. He sat himself at a booth and snapped his fingers in the air like he was calling a dog. Eli hurried over. "Good morning, sir. Can I get you something to drink?" Mr. Drake didn't look up. "Took you long enough. I've been sitting here forever. Water with lemon, and don't mess it up." Eli blinked but nodded politely. "Yes, sir. When?" Eli returned with the water. Mr. Drake was already grumbling into his phone. "Yeah, I'm at some local dump. Needed to stop for food. Can't believe the help around here." Eli placed the glass gently on the table. "Would you like to see a menu?" Mr. Drake waved his hand like he was swatting a fly. "You should have brought that already. What kind of training do you people get?" More customers turned to look. An older couple by the window frowned. A mother with her daughter whispered something and pulled the child closer. Eli stood straight. He didn't defend himself. He didn't argue. He simply handed over the menu and said, "Take your time." But Mr. Drake was just getting started. "I don't have all day," he snapped. "You better get that chef of yours moving. I want steak and eggs. Well done. If it's even slightly pink, I'll send it back." "Yes, sir," Eli replied calmly. "And toast. Not burned, not dry. I swear, if you people mess up breakfast." Eli walked back to the kitchen, quietly. In the back, the chef, Rosie, looked up from the grill. "You okay, kid?" Eli shrugged and smiled a little. "Just another tough customer." Rosie narrowed her eyes. "You want me to handle him?" Eli shook his head. "No, it's fine." But Rosie wasn't convinced. "You're way more patient than I'd be." When Eli brought out the food a few minutes later, Mr. Drake was on his phone again, yelling about a business deal. He didn't even say thank you. Instead, he poked the toast and frowned. "This is too brown," he snapped. "Do I have to teach you how to toast bread?" "I'm happy to bring you another slice," Eli said, still smiling. "Oh, just forget it. You've already ruined my morning." That's when a soft chime rang from the door. In walked a man in his late 60s, broad shoulders, warm eyes, and a voice like smooth coffee. He wore jeans, a flannel shirt, and a ball cap that read, "Sunnyside Cafe, Eastern 1972. The regulars smiled. "Hey, Mr. Carson," someone called. Eli looked up and grinned. "Hi, Dad." Mr. Drake froze mid-bite. "Wait, what?" The man walked. I dove over to Eli and clapped him on the back. "Everything running smooth?" Eli nodded. "Just the usual." Mr. Carson turned to Mr. Drake, who suddenly looked very small in his fancy suit. "You must be our new guest," Mr. Carson said kindly. "Hope my son has taken good care of you." Mr. Drake stammered. I didn't realize." Mr. Carson's eyes twinkled, but his voice stayed steady. "No need to realize anything, sir. We treat all our customers with kindness, but we expect the same in return." Mr. Drake opened his mouth, but no words came out. Mr. Carson continued, "We believe in respect here. My son may be wearing an apron, but he's more than just a waiter. He's my partner. He helps run this place, and he treats everyone like family. The cafe had gone silent. Every pair of eyes was on them. Mr. Carson leaned in just a bit closer. So if you think yelling, snapping your fingers, or insulting, our staff is how you get better service. You might want to find breakfast somewhere else. Mr. Drake's ears turned red. He grabbed his napkin, tossed it on the table, and muttered, "Forget it. I've lost my appetite." As he hurried out the door, the room stayed quiet. Then, one of the regulars stood up and began to clap. Soon the whole cafe joined in, clapping, cheering, and raising coffee mugs in the air. Eli blushed, but Mr. Carson just smiled and patted his shoulder. "That's how we handle business," he said. Later that morning, Eli and his dad sat together at the counter, sipping coffee. "You didn't have to say anything," Eli said softly. "I could have handled it." Mr. Carson smiled. "I know you could have. But sometimes, son, it's not about what you can handle. It's about showing people what we stand for." Eli nodded. "Do you think he'll ever come back?" His dad chuckled. "Maybe. And if he does, he'll know better than to snap his fingers." They both laughed. Rosie peeked out from the kitchen. "Hey, boss! You want eggs?" Mr. Carson grinned. "Only if Eli makes them." As the cafe filled back up, the mood felt lighter, happier, stronger. Respect had been served that morning, hot and fresh. A few days later, a letter arrived in the mail. It was from Mr. Drake. Inside was a short note. "To Eli and Mr. Carson, I owe you both an apology. I was rude, and you didn't deserve it. I realized I've been treating a lot of people that way. Thanks for opening my eyes. James Drake Tucked." Inside was a generous donation for the cafe's Community Breakfast Fund, which paid for meals for folks who couldn't afford them. Eli smiled when he read the letter. "Looks like some people really can change." His dad nodded. Instant karma, with a side of kindness. Did this story make you smile? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you believe kindness should always come first, and that respect should be served with every meal. Share this story with someone who could use a reminder that how you treat others matters. What would you have said to Mr. Drake? Tell us in the comments below.